Tablon for a couple of months now. He has been helping founders a lot. I have been hearing a very good feedback from the founders. He is the co-founder, the founder of Stage DX Investment, invested in countless startups, countless domains. I'll invite Mr. Shafaat Hashmi to be on stage to share some words. Thank you so much.
This is Shafaat Hashmi, and Farooq, once again, thank you very much, and everybody who's been here participating at Tablon. Some good friends, I can see somebody flying out from Texas, so hello to you. And my dear friend and partner, Lauren, thank you for making it all the way to Las Vegas for Tablon. My introduction, maybe scan LinkedIn me, write my name, add a .com, and you'll find out who I am. But this is going to be my last keynote at Tablon for 2023. And great pitches today, great pitches that we have heard before as well. And other partners right there who we've invested in before. So thanks to Peter for showing up as well. But here are a few facts that I want to share. 95% of startups do not get funding. 70% fail during the first year. The balance usually make it up to 3 years. 60% of those fail. A whopping $540 billion have been invested in 2022 by VCs only in the startup space, which essentially is 3x less than the preceding year. So it's true with angel investors, family and friends. The problem is VCs have been unable to return the money back to their investors, which is 70% of the times, LPs like ourselves never get our money back from a VC fund. Now let's talk about angel investments, family and friends rounds, and stuff like that. That's not even counted in about 350 million startups, which are 300,000 or 3.9 million startups which are out there. The unicorns, by the way, on which everybody is betting. I am betting, you are betting, every VC is betting, every bank is betting, or betting. That is 0.00004% compared to the number of startups that are out there, compared to 600 unicorns that are out there. Number one leader is US, number two is India, and number three is the UK. Then, if you look at the digital currency space, or the crypto space, we're looking at another three countries, which is US, China, and Russia, and a few others. Then we have Africa, this huge hue and cry about Africa, as the breadbasket of the world, the next consumer market of the world. And then there's America, where there's another hue and cry about America, that something's going to happen to America somehow. And then we have the Middle East region, and there's all the geopolitical situation right now as we speak. So when a lot of startups and founders come to us, pitch, and I have heard a lot that has happened in Expand North Star recently. And now there's another one where I'm also going with a slush in the Nordics and Baltics. I've been a speaker, participating in the conference. I've just returned from Ocotober yesterday from the World Investment Forum, and I'll also speak over there. And we're talking about sustainability, change, investments, 28 ambassadors who I met over there. Founders and startups, most of you guys who are here, I've heard stories today. Stories. I didn't hear a single pitch which was fact-based, which said numbers, which said ROIs, which said clear, crisp things, that this is the money we need, this is where we're going to invest in, this is how much return you're going to get, and this is what I'm looking for. Zero funding raised, but the first round I've seen $1 million written over there in about 3 presentations. Who's going to give you $1 million? Have you ever managed $1 million before? And what great product which is out there? Yes, there's an emotional appeal that everybody likes to listen to, but there has to be a business appeal. So I always tell people, it's no more that startup startup ecosystem which you used to watch on Shark Tanks. It's not a reality show. It's real people with real money, with real businesses, with real deals. People like us, we are here for two reasons. One, I want to be very close to the grassroots levels of this ecosystem because many a times I've found founders who are not even presenting, but a founder I met in the alleyway and I've invested with them. Gold. So I'm here gold mining for great people, great ideas. The second reason we are here is to give back and to share what the ideation checklist looks like for people like us who have money, who want to invest, who want to grow, and who want to take the journey with you. So this year has almost passed. This is how 2024 looks like. Inflation is going to continue to grow. There is apparently a war in some regions. So cash is going to be tied to the banking sector, especially US dollars. And therefore, tighter regulations are going to be there, especially for VC funding and investments. Regulations will be harder. Competition for founders and startups are going to increase because people are losing jobs, and every other person who loses a job tries to become an entrepreneur. So there's a lot of competition out there. And the third and the most important thing is the cost of capital is going to be very expensive. The fourth problem is that the real estate is going to decline. It has hit pretty much its high because of the Russia-Ukraine war and a lot of money coming into Dubai. And that's pretty much what it is. That's 32% year on year compared to last year and this year in terms of capital appreciation and rental appreciations. So VCs and investors today are not looking for an exit that I'm going to do pre-Series A, Series A, and give you an exit. That's not the game anymore. The game is revenues, profitability, clear-cut payback period, clear-cut ROI, and out. And there are alternative sources of fundings which are out there as well. If you're a founder at a research stage, at a very, very pre-seed stage, go and apply for a grant. There are a lot of grants out there. There's a lot of free money by them, especially in the United States. Even in Europe, there's a lot of free money. And it doesn't cost a lot of money to put up a company out there for $500 or even go for a 501c3 and do something. Just do your research, right? It's not expensive. But if you're ready to do business, the mindset from being a founder to become an entrepreneur, that is important, and for that, education is needed. I thought that the startup ecosystem will improve. I thought that VCs will not be wasting money as they've been wasting, and I thought that founders will also become smarter. But I think there's, as much as we see the government, the regulatory authorities pushing the startup ecosystem so hard. I don't know how many of you actually visited Expand North Star. There are huge pavilions of every country. Every country is pushing their startup ecosystem, trying to bring some sort of FDI back into their country. Create jobs. Create SaaS models, subscription models, so US dollars are coming back into their country, especially the developing countries. There's a hard push from a government level. But what more the government can do if the founders don't have the right education or don't have the right practical experience and cannot close the deal with the right investors? The money is out there, government push is out there, something is definitely wrong with the founders. And I personally think what is really wrong with the founders is the education system, because I fail to understand till date that how could a professor working for a university who's on a payroll, doing a job from 9 to 5, is teaching entrepreneurship. So my urge to all of you here, especially my fellow investors, a lot of people I know, good friends, gentleman like Guzer, who's done it, great presentation is there, by the way. It is our job to step up, like yourself or Peak or Sigma, it's a very great friends here. It's our job to step up and start teaching entrepreneurship from a practical perspective. The case studies of McDonald's, Starbucks, Airbus, and all the crap that I've learned in Howard or Yale or whatnot is completely irrelevant as of date. there when people come to me, oh sir, Uber's valuation is this much, Facebook started in the garage, this happened here, that's irrelevant, that's past, that's 10 years old history. It's not relevant today. You can't come up to me and say, oh, I'm doing something with AI and something's going to happen. My next question is, do you understand AI? Do you know generative AI? Do you have a team? What kind of teams do you have? How are you building the tech stack? No, I don't know. What's your go-to-market strategy? How are you going to scale? You think people are out there going to put, sir, I'm doing a $5 subscription per month. $5 is peanuts. It's not even, you don't even get coffee for that. And therefore, I'm going to get 1% of the total market share, and 1% equals to so many $1 billion. And there we go with a $500 million valuation. Dude, open your phone, pick up your mobile phone, and tell me honestly, how many apps do you use frequently? I can name it. Phone, for calling, iMessage, WhatsApp, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, a couple of games all of us play, Safari, YouTube. Total 10 or 11 apps are there which every person on this earth uses frequently, maybe a banking app on top that you bank with. You're living in a world where people don't pay for LinkedIn subscription, for God's sake. We're living in a world where people are looking for a fake ID to have a copy of Microsoft Office to use in their laptops. And you guys are telling me that you're going to launch a subscription model where people are going to pay you $5? Nobody pays $5. People don't get the base to pay for Talabat. They don't get it Talabat Pro. So it's not the typical SaaS subscription models which are out there. We need to wake up. We need to understand what is the real value you're adding, what's the real product you're creating. And the last thing I want to share with everybody here is the real two things that matter, which makes the business successful. One, at the ideation stage, is that your business should be demand-driven. There should be a demand for it, a product which solves a pain point which is urgent, extremely painful, and people are ready to pay for it. You got a solution to that? You've got a great solution as a founder. And the second thing is profitability. Can you execute it end-to-end, not with a 60% EBITDA profit, but net? What net can you execute and how? It's not the time for runway periods. People like us and our LPs are not interested in startups with runway periods. I'm not interested in runway periods. I'm not going to fund someone's dream and then wait for my pre-Series A, Series A to take an exit. We burned our window 12 years ago. After Series A, that's when we used to invest. There was no damn Series B. There was no exit for us. So create products, create things which are demand-driven, and you are able to execute it. And the second most important thing is brand the heck out of it. Brands sell. Your story here doesn't sell. I don't buy Louis Vuitton or Tiffany & Co. or what sells because I know the story of Christian Dior or any of those guys. How many of you know the story of Christian Dior? How many of you know the story of Ralph Lauren? Do you go and buy Ralph Lauren because you know the story of Gucci and Ralph Lauren? They posted their Netflix videos after being successful. Their stories came out post-success. We don't buy their products because we know that Ralph Lauren is going through whatever, and therefore I'm going to buy Ralph Lauren. No. It's a product which has a great demand. It's branded well. You buy an iPhone not because of Steve Jobs' story, you buy an iPhone because iPhone works. Period. For raising investments, if you look at Steve Jobs' stock and many others, the first thing they show is one heck of a sexy brand. Packaging, unboxing experience, UI, UX, solution, one button, buttonless phone. So on, so it's the brand. Founders I have met a lot in Tablon were pushing hard for the product. I want the product, and I want the product, and I want the product. Okay, product is in, but why are you bringing just the product in and putting it on shelves and warehouses to expire when you don't have the money to advertise and you don't have the distribution channel set out? You need to have that investment together. 3 partners or 4 partners, what you should look for. Investment alone is not the solution of tomorrow. That's my message to the founders. And my message to the VCs that just giving investment or pouring investment to a startup is going to make sure that your money is never going to come back. The solution is get partners who can add value for brand marketing or building a brand. 2, technology. 3, channel distribution. 4, financials management. Extremely important. I've seen entrepreneurs, founders fail because they are very poor in financial management. And the last thing, get the right team on board. Recruitment and networking. You get these 5 things right, you'll get everything right. And that's my message, because the future is about startups that promise scale with profitability, not a simple exit gameplay on equity. This is Shafaat. I'm truly grateful for your attention. Enjoy the dinner and have a great new year with great hopes and great vibes. Thank you very much.